So recently, Infinity has been quite a popular deck in Ranked, and the version they're playing is a bit different from the version that people usually use before, and they use copies of Transmodify to special summon their copy of Archery from the deck. And from the usual just a level 6 Synchro spam, now they're using also Necromancer, Wildcat, Sage, and stuff like that to make more monsters other than just level 6 and 12 Synchro monsters. They can make basically any Synchro monster in the game, and also make Link monsters because those are a thing right now. So, we are making a free-to-play version of that. So our free-to-play rules is one main box or two mini boxes. So we can't really play free copies of Launcher or free copies of Archfiend, but we could play free Transmodify because it is free to obtain. And this card will help us summon Archfiend from the deck. In case you don't know what this card does, is it sends a face-up monster from your field to the graveyard and then special summon a monster with the same type and attribute but one level higher from your deck. So basically, all of our Infinity monsters are Dark Fiends, so you can send your copy of Necromancer or Wildcat from your field to the graveyard to activate that card, and then you can special summon a copy of Archfiend. So when Archfiend is special summoned and you have no cards in your hand, you can search any Infinity card from your deck to your hand, and that is not once per turn. So you will search your launcher, and then use the launcher to revive your Infinities, and search more launchers, and just repeat. Or you can just also use your copy of Sage to transmodify into a copy of Necromancer, and then use Sage effect to send your Archfiend from a deck to a graveyard. And then you can use Necromancer to revive your Archfiend, and then use your Archfiend's effect. So it also works like that. So we can't really play MST. Most Infinity players use MST, but since we are playing a free-to-play version, we will be playing Spiritualism. So this is a free-to-obtain backward removal that you can get from the card trader. It is SR, so it is not too expensive, and it says return one spell or trap card your opponent controls to the hand, and this card's activation and effect cannot be negated. So that doesn't really matter if it can be negated or not, that's just a bonus. But most importantly, this is a backward removal that you can use when you are going second. So you can bounce your opponent's set backward before you make your Infernity plays. And we can also play a copy of Magical Mallet. We're only playing a single copy to boost our deck's consistency by a bit, because we can't really play multiple copies of Launcher. So we'll just play Mallet to help us draw into our Transmodifies more easier. And what makes Infinity so good is that they can search their disruptions really consistently. So Infinity Barrier is a negate, and Infinity Break pops a card from the field. So a lot of the times you will have both cards, and even if you don't have both cards, you can guarantee yourself to always have one set on the field if you have your combo going. So for the extra deck, we are playing a combination of Synchro, Xyz, and Link monsters. So for the Synchro monsters, we can play Trishula because it is from a bundle, and it's also really easily summoned from Infinities, because you always have Archfiend, Necromancer, and Sage on a field always all the time. So it is really easily summoned, and it doesn't target and banishes a card from the hand, field, and graveyard. And Doom Dragon is just a really good monster removal that also deals a bit of damage. You can also summon this really easily with Archfiend level 4 and Wildcat's effect increasing its level by 1. And the reason why we're playing a level 6 Synchro in Mighty Warrior is because of our Xyz monsters, because we need a level 6 monster to make rank 6 Xyz monsters. So Mighty Warrior is just a level 6 Synchro that we can go into, and it also has an effect to deal a bit of damage if it destroys a monster by battle. Ciphering Lord Zeta is main from our main form of disruption if we go first, and it has the effect to banish itself and an opponent's attack position special summon the monster. So you will want to make this card as soon as possible if you're going first. Or you can also make your Xyz monsters, which is Exabeetle. Exabeetle helps you climb into Rhinospus. So this is your second form of removal on monster. So Rhinospus has the effect to detach a material at quick effect and destroy a monster with the highest defense on your opponent's side of the field. So other than your copies of Break and Barrier, you can also use your Zeta and Rhinospus as disruption. So this deck has tons of ways to disrupt your opponent even when going first. We can't really play more expensive options like Stardust Warrior, because most Infinity players use this card. Stardust Warrior is a level 10 synchro monster that negates special summons. But since this is a UR card from another box, we won't play that card. And for the links, we are playing Puzzlomino. So this is especially good in Infinities because, first of all, it's a link 2, so you don't really need a tuner to make this card. And also, it can change the level of a monster that is special summoned into the zone that this card points to. So this card basically allows you to make any synchro monster that you want, because you can just change your materials levels to any level between 1 and 8. So it also has a third effect to destroy 2 monsters of the same level and 1 from each field. But we probably won't use this effect a lot. It's mainly used as a generic link 2 that can change your levels. And the link 3 we're playing is Gaia Saber. So this card is just a link 3, it doesn't have an effect. But since we can't really play Decode Talker because it's from another box, we'll just play this card instead. And for the skill... Okay, so what this skill does is it adds an extra copy of Infernity Launcher to your deck. So since we can only play 2 copies, we can use the skill to add a third copy into our deck. So we can search it one more time using the effect of Archfiend. And it also puts it on top of your deck, and usually if you're playing Infernities with the expensive version, you will play Stardust Charge Warrior, which draws you a card when it is synchro summoned. So what you would do is use the skill to place a launcher on top of your deck, and then use Charge Warrior to draw it, and then basically get a search from that. But since we're not playing that, it just gives us an extra Infinity Launcher. Oh yeah, and also I will be posting all of these free-to-play decks on my website. You can go and have a look at dlf2p.com, the link will be in the description. This is just gonna gain life points. That's not a very good World Chalice board. Let's use Mallet, because our hand isn't really good. We'll shuffle back our Barrier and Break, because they do nothing, basically. And then we'll try to draw something good. Okay, that is something good. We will... Okay, let's see how we're going to do this. We'll activate our copy of Launcher. And then we can summon our stuff from our hand without using our normal summon. And the way we will do that is discard, summon Wildcat, and then launch a discard. And then Sage will use its effect. We will send Necromancer. And then now we have everything, basically. We'll use our skill for more launches. And we'll not place it on top because it doesn't really do anything. But then now we have full combo. then search more copies of launcher. And remember that we haven't even used our normal summon. So what we can do is, at the end of the combo, we search Necromancer, and then we can normal summon Necromancer, and then revive one more card. Okay, so since he has a copy of World Chalice, he can send my monsters to graveyard, so what I'm going to do is, first things first, we will just make Zeta in attack position. We'll summon it wherever we want, because we'll just banish it anyway. Yep, there's a World Chalice, and then we'll just chain our Zeta. We will banish the Blade Master, because that's our only target. There we go. That's his Chalice baited. And then we are free to do whatever we want. I guess we'll use Necromancer first, and then we'll revive Archfiend. Yeah, and then we can basically do whatever we want. We have way more than lethal, I think. Even if he has 6,300 life points. Just set this one, and then we will make Puzz. And then launch effect. Revive. Even if we don't win this turn, we can just set a bunch of traps, and we can still do it. We'll grab break first, and then we'll set break, and then Necromancer effect will revive Sage. And then we'll listen to his voice line, because why not? Make Trish! And we'll listen to his awesome voice line. Awesome.
Let the spear shatter the frozen wastes! I synchro summon! Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier!
it's really funny how he has a voice line even if it's not his
card
opponent's.
From your hand, field, and graveyard.
Yeah, banish him. Okay, let's turn off the voice lines. And then we still have launchers left, so we can do basically anything we want. He's just gonna scoop. He knows it's over. Okay, we need to draw Transmodify, or I don't know, or Launcher. Okay, good, Transmodify. Great. No, actually, how am I supposed to? No, wait a minute. Okay, never mind. I could do this. I could. Okay, I'll just set Transmodify. Discard. Activate Transmodify. Send the Sage. Special summon Necromancer number 2. And then Sage, Mill, Archfiend. Okay, there we go. We use skill. And then Necromancer, revive Archfiend. Archfiend effect, grab launcher. And then now we have combo, I think. Okay, I will not mess up this time. I will use launcher. And then I will summon them, the 2 at a very specific location. I'll summon the Archfiend over here, and then the Necromancer at the zone. And then Archfiend will search, and then Puzz will make it a level 6. And then we'll grab launcher number 2. And then we'll set launcher number 2. and then activate the effect of Necromancer to summon back our Sage. And then we can make a level 6 Synchro. And then make Xyz. We will not activate this effect. And then we will make Rhinospus. And then we can use our set launcher. Summon back Archfiend and Necromancer. And then Archfiend effect. We will grab a barrier. And then we will link into our link free. Because we don't have decode, we have to make a Gaia Saber, which is not ideal. But it is better than nothing. And then we'll set barrier. Activate Necromancer. Revive our Archfiend. In attack position. It's important to put it in attack position because we need attack position monsters for our barrier. And then we set, and then we pass. Okay, there we go. 3 disruptions. Opponent questions life seeing Gaia Saber. He's gonna pop the barrier. Well, let's negate it because why not? Yeah, if we have decode, we could negate his MST, but we couldn't play decode. Hey, there's the Jurgen X. Now we're gonna pop the Jurgen X. There we go. And yeah, he has to turn. I don't think there's a lot he can do. Our Transmodify doesn't really work because we don't have a target in deck. We can just set it, and then we could change his defense because our barrier is gone, and then we could just battle. Oh, he has Kite Roid, probably. Because why wouldn't he? Yep, there's the Kite Roid. We will have to save our break for his Gandora, otherwise our entire board will be wiped. Because once we pop his Gandora, we win. He will be out of any options. Yep, there it is. There's the Gandora. We flip open our break. We banish the launcher, and then we will pop the Gandora. And then we win! Yes! Free to play Infernities! Who even needs Decode Talker?